Good evening, everybody. I'm Michael Antony. It's a pleasure to be here. It's like my first time speaking, so I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. It's an honor and it's a blessing. I had a long journey. I'm only 32, but it's been wild. I was in foster care in group homes, not as a kid, and my parents, they were in drugs or whatever. I'm the oldest of five, and I'm from San Diego, so I played sports through all my life, and it's a big impact of what I'm doing now. I'm a personal trainer, a coach, licensed USA boxing team. In 2015, I won first place Golden Gloves. I coach kids. I mentor the youth, and I try to get kids off the streets, especially the ones who are gang members or misled, because that's where I come from. That's where my family's from. And what I do is I just try to help people and just try to be the best that I can and show people that it's not that don't be afraid or don't be influenced. A little bit about my experience in high school. I was playing football, wrestling, track, everything, but I didn't have the support of my family. Like, they would drop me off at the school or at the games, and that's it. And my stepdad was kind of abusive, so I kind of just like ran away and took off. So when I hit the Army, I scored high on my ASVAB, and I could have been a helicopter mechanic, but I chose a Cavalry Scout 19 Delta. I did 3 tours, got like 2 Purple Hearts, but I stayed in. This was in 2011, and so I stayed in. I went to officer candidate school, and I got a biology degree, bachelor's, but I didn't really use it. In 2019, I moved here, and I didn't know what I was going to do. Like, I went to like 14 countries. I experienced a lot of stuff, but I didn't really know. So I started getting into crypto and Forex. So I started doing that. And in 2015, I decided to open up like a facility, kind of like the Boys and Girls Clubs and the YMCA, but it's called the Fortress. So I had anger management as a kid, and I'm too big to have anger. So yeah, they call me Rhino, and it's just stuck. And so I thought about this. I said, man, I'm gonna open up a facility that's gonna help kids, from group homes to if you're being sexually, physically, emotionally abused, you can come to the Fortress, and we're gonna team up with counselors and coaches. And if you don't like sports, we can get you into something artsy or anything. And so 2015, thought about that, and I only told a couple of people, and so I kept it to myself, like, hey, that's what I'm gonna do. And so when I got it in 2019, I was doing that, right? So I made a whole bunch of profits, and I made some friends. So when people were working, I was just showing up to their job, like, hey, what's up, popping up, because I didn't have nothing to do. And I didn't really like to. I did the 10 years, and so I decided to get a job. And I was working at. They actually gave me the general manager position at the Dr. Pepper Snapple, and I only lasted like a month because I didn't want to do it. And so I went from bouncing job to job, and then I became a fireman for Bexar County. I started doing hazmat fireman. So I did that. I traveled. I went to Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Michael, went to Puerto Rico, California to go fight the fires. But I got bored. Like, I just got super bored. And I stopped. My friends are like, I thought you were in the Army. I thought you had discipline. I was like, you mean Salvation Army? So it's like telling them. And so when I made that joke, it stuck with me. I was like, hey, I like coaching kids. I like coaching. So I do powerlifting and I do strongman. And I'm actually getting ready for an event in February. And so throughout the time, I always wanted to quit whatever I was doing because I didn't know how to react to people. Like, I got shot right here in the head, and I woke up in in Istanbul, Turkey, like 2 weeks later with a coma, a couple of other injuries. So I get headaches and stuff like that, and I've always had good support. And I had some friends who like passed away, like they committed suicide because they didn't have the help. So I think God put me here to help people, to help veterans, to help kids, because kids are the future. Like we have an adults, but when you see a child, like you see, like they're not racist, they're not biased, they love everyone. So what I do is like we're gonna help kids. Last week I got my DBA for that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And let me tell you how I started that. So I go to Tandem. It's a gaming place, like a little cafe, to support one of my friends, right? And so we're chilling here, and these ladies come. These ladies just come, and they're on a Facebook Live, and they're just putting us on blast, right? It was myself and my wife, and we're over here like, who are these ladies? Like we should vacate. But so they started, yeah, and they started saying, oh, like we do nonprofit, and Southside First was there, and everybody was there, and I was just like, okay, cool, And so I told Miss Lupita, I said, hey, like you guys do nonprofit? And they're like, yeah, why? What's up? And I told them my spiel about the fortress, and then now I'm here today, here sharing you guys with what I'm doing. And it's a blessing to be here because I go to all these places, and I get to share my story. I get to get feedback from the community. You know what I mean? And we're planning up my first event in October. We're going to help kids. We're going to have face painting. Like, we're going to do my dream. And everything that I've been with and everything that I did in my life, like, it's coming now. It's coming. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's coming.
Yes.
And like Doctor was saying, like I'm so hardcore. Like I do not ask for help. My kids, I got 4 of them. They're beasts. Like they love who I am, but they don't understand that sometimes I get like too firm with them. But that's my style. That's how I do it. Like. I coach football. I coach. I do strength and conditioning, and like I'm hardcore, but I don't understand how kids flock to me. They gravitate to me. You know what I mean? They always just Coach Mike, Coach Rhino, Coach Rhino, and so that's why I'm here today to help the community, to open up the fortress, because a lot of veterans, like, we quit, like we go through psychologically mental issues, like a lot. Like there's times where I want to quit now. It's too much. I want to talk in front of people. Like I don't want to open up. You know what I mean? But I believe in a higher power, and God. God's put me here to help people and to make a way for the community. Like it's unfortunate how we are as a society. I'm not gonna get too in depth, but we had the Uvalde incident. My brother. He was a gang member, but he was really good at sports, and he threw it away. Imagine if we can get those kids help. Imagine if we can put our foot down and we can guide them into the right direction. Imagine if we, put the guns up and put the gloves up. If you have beef with somebody, go to the fortress, handle it, douche it out, and then if you lose, stay and learn how to box. That's what I did. Learn how to. I just want to do so much for the community, and I'm just very happy to be here, and you'll see me soon. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who came here. It's a big thing for me. It really is. I got my team here. I got Emilio. I got people from Southside First. I got Miss Lupita. I got my trainer over here. I got Pro, his family over there. I got some really good people who supported me. And I want to thank everyone for allowing me to speak and share my little story with everyone. And I hope it's been an inspiration. If you guys have any kids that are lost, come bring them to me. We'll straighten them out. I have a good team. You know what I mean? I have a Coach Tony in the back. Like he sets me up. Yeah. He's actually one who actually puts me in the right positions so that I can reach my goal. Like he's very busy, and he came. I had Miss Lupita, like her, Miss Gabby, everybody who showed me love and just support for my goal and for my journey, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. As a doctor, as a psychologist, I do come around. I become aware of when adults who are children who are in foster care, who join the service, do all these things. They get out, make their life meaningful. They live their dream. They ask for help. So today, let's say that there's someone out here in the audience that want to ask for help. Where do we go from here today? Like, what do we do after here? Do we go to your Facebook? I know you make really good muffins. So do we ask you for a recipe? What do we do to support you? Help.
So my wife and I, we make protein pastries for bodybuilders, powerlifters. It's an alternative for people with diabetes. I do have I didn't bring any because it was just hectic, but it's called on Instagram, Beauty Nutrition. And then I have Amino Splash. Amino Splash has 50 grams of protein, 0.3 grams of sugar, and it's the next best thing. It's the best alternative, and the thing is that you can't taste the protein of the BCAAs. So I'm actually trying to push that as well. I'm in 27 gyms in San Antonio, Houston, and I'm looking for distribution soon. And that's actually an alternative from drinking Kool-Aid or drinking soda. But it's on Instagram, it's Amino Splash, or it's Rhino the Great. And if people need help, just call somebody.
If we want to work out with you,
call me. Call me. Yeah, so if you want to lose weight, if you want to gain muscle, if you want to do just boxing as a recreation, or if you want to go full time, I'm gonna put him on blast. But my boy right there, his name's Pro with the dreads. He's actually does powerlifting, and he's been with me from some time, and he does boxing, and so we've been working out together. And so to answer that question, my information is on the card. But if you have anybody that needs help, or ask Miss Lupita, ask Miss Gabrielle, ask anyone, and they'll direct you towards me so I could help them. Like, that's my goal. Like, that's my calling. Like, everything that I did in my life, it's meaningful, but I feel like I'm happy now. Like, I'm my own boss. I work more than I ever have. I'm disciplined, and I'm learning. I'm going to counseling now, 2 times a week, men's group, and then I do, so I'm actually getting help too. I'm just not, just being a hypocrite. I'm actually, and if I don't know anything, I have a great team behind me.